Eliana, you make a very brave claim towards the end of your book that suicide is a program. Now, what do you mean by this?
Wow. Yes, it is bold and it is controversial, I have to say. But if I'm honest, it was the driving force of writing this book. Well, let's just say that if I may use a metaphor again, if we look, our body is a biological computer, let's say that way. And in that way, you know, we have this hardware, and then we need the software to operate. And we operate based on information. And information is what programs our subconscious mind to operate. So in my work as a counselor, I've realized that we are exposed to a lot of outside forces, a lot of outside influences, and a lot of outside information that we take on board. And it's information is like an imprint. So it imprints our subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind guides most of our behaviors. Now, that's not who we are, it's just our behaviors. So when a person is depressed, or it doesn't have to be depression, that leads someone to contemplate suicide. It can be various things, but in my own experience, what I believe to be true is that what actually kills somebody is like, I believe that what killed my husband was the lack of self-awareness and emotional literacy. Because if we are indeed, not if, but we are, in my experience, this is in my belief, we are a fractal of a divine creator, which is eternal, infinite, cosmic. So in its very nature, it never dies. Okay, our body perishes. We have this, experience here on earth, as I'm having an experience as Eliana Regina, in this lifetime. And when my existence as this physical personality has done what I came here to do and is ready to cross over back to where I came from, that's one thing. So there is a big distinction here to be made with regards to naturally expiring, let's say. Or, I think sometimes we have to bring some humor into such a complex subject. So the big distinction here is that, someone who has come to a point where they feel nothing is working and life is worthless, it's really a question of, well, if someone is self-aware enough to realize that they are divine, a divine soul in a human sacred body, and that in its very nature, it never dies, the feeling that we have in terms of, if I think about my own attraction to dying, my attraction was to die so that I could return home. Now, I wasn't attracted to committing a violent act against myself. I almost did. I almost took a big bottle of painkillers, but I didn't. And I'm so glad that I haven't done that. And my message out there for for anyone listening to this is to really consider this big distinction between dying and returning home when your current experience has come to an end, rather than abruptly ending that and committing a crime against your soul.
So the subtlety here is, you know, to constantly be, again, supporting, taking full responsibility for
Absolutely.
yourself and your experience, rather than wanting to hit the eject button and not face it. It's all about taking that initiative.
Absolutely. And you know, to go back to your question, you know, I do believe that we are influenced by art, books, television, media, you know, and this idea that a person commits suicide is so mainstream these days. It really it's really overwhelming, and it's really dangerous how someone who has no touch with the essence of who they are acts out on thoughts. We are not our thoughts, we are not our bodies. So, and we're not our experiences. So it's important to come back to center, to come back to heart, and again express whatever it is that is going on, and look for help, look for assistance. Talking therapies alone, unfortunately, I have to say that it's not empowering enough. The real work is to do the inner, to excavate your inner landscape and come to the realization of who and what you are and the power that resides within you. It's not, you know, making decisions with the mind.
Fabulous.
Does that answer your question?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And it's something to be aware of. And I think you bring a very new perspective to this, because even in your book, you mentioned that this isn't mainstream thinking, to put, you know, to recognize the programming, as you put it, in all these various art forms that are subliminally feeding our subconscious mind, making even suicide an option.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, like I said in the beginning of, you know, answering this question, it really is it was the driving force of me writing this book in the first place, to kind of move from suicide into a state of sovereignty. And that is really, you know, a main message that I would like to share.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Eliana.
Thank you.